Hey everyone, this is Cooking with Kmad. I'm Kevin Madrigal, also known as Kmad, and today we're going to be making braised cabbage. For this recipe, all that you need is 1 head of cabbage. We're actually just going to be using half of it, or you can double up on the recipe if you like. 1/2 of an orange, a clove of garlic, and 1 dried chile de arbol. If you do not have chile de arbol, any type of chili will do. Jalapeno, serrano, any other type of dried chili. Or if you don't like heat, you can completely omit this, but you're missing out. We're just going to be using some regular cooking oil, some salt and pepper, and a large saute pan. First, we're going to work with our cabbage. All you want to do is remove the leaves that have some dirt on them. So if they don't peel off easily, you can always use your knife and cut it right at the bottom. We want to put it on a flat side, whatever the most flat side of it is, that it won't roll around. And we're going to cut it straight down through this bottom root. And what we want to do is take out this whole root piece, hold it up, and make some incisions very lightly with my knife. And we're going to take that piece out. For this recipe, we are going to cut it into very thin strips, almost as if you were going to be using it for a coleslaw. Put the flat side down. When you're holding down the cabbage, you want to make sure to be using a claw. This is just to protect your fingertips from the knife in case you slip or anything happens. So claw up here and just slowly, methodically work your way through. It's okay if some pieces are bigger than others. At the end, that'll actually just make a better dish. Some of the pieces will be crunchier. I kind of like that variety. Once you've hit the midpoint where you're basically cutting straight down, you flip it over and repeat. If some leaves come off, don't worry about those. You can do them at the end. If you had any leaves come off, stack them up, roll them up like this to make it a little bit easier to cut. We're gonna get to medium-high heat. We're gonna get some oil into this pan, 2 tablespoons of oil. One of my favorite things about this recipe is how simple you can make it. So if I don't feel like mincing up this garlic to include it in there, all I have to do is smash it with a flat object. You can use a plate or a bowl so that the skin and the clove separate. Toss the garlic in there. I like to break the chili in half and toss it in there. So now that we have the oil, the chili, and the garlic in the pan, cook and infuse that oil with all the chili and garlic flavor. Take about a minute or 2. In the meantime, you can do a little bit of cleaning, get some stuff out of the way, and we can get a little head start with this orange. Just cut it in half. Save 1/2, and the other half cut into wedges. You get out your tajin, and you enjoy yourself a little snack, you know? Props to you. Yeah, you do it. You get it. You deserve this. Your garlic and your chili should be bubbling. We're gonna let it bubble just like that for about a minute or 2 until the garlic browns up. Our garlic and chili are pretty browned now, so we're gonna take them out. The garlic will taste good once it's come to room temperature. Now we're gonna throw our cabbage in. I'm just laying it down. It'll start to sizzle, no big problem. This is why I said that you'll need a big pan, a big saute pan, but as it cooks, it'll cook down a lot. From here, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. We're going to let it cook for about 2 minutes and then mix it up. So it's been about 2 minutes. We're just going to start mixing it up. You just want to move what was on bottom back to the top to the bottom. I recommend using some tongs. A little bit more salt to make sure that all of our cabbage is salted. Another 1/2 teaspoon or so. Again, let it sit for a couple of minutes. So our cabbage has been cooking on the stove for a total of about 5-6 minutes now. It's reduced a lot in size. It's not making as much noise as it was in the beginning, and that's partially because of the name. It's a braised cabbage. Braised means to cook in liquid. It actually releases a lot of liquid once we expose it to heat and once we give it the salt, which is why the salt is important. We are going to grab a piece that looks more cooked and do a little taste test. I recommend doing taste tests for anything you're cooking. You gotta see where you're at in terms of flavor. I think mine's perfectly salted. I wouldn't add any more salt. The last step, which is our half orange, we're just going to juice it straight into the cabbage. This is going to add a little bit of sweetness and also add some more liquid to help the braised cooking. Another turn of all the cabbage. Really mix it all up. And then just let it sit and let it braise, let it cook in that liquid for 3 to 4 minutes. Longer if you want it to be a little bit softer. We've let this cook for another 4 minutes. It's mostly wilted down. Most of the liquid has evaporated. For me, this is done. I'm gonna shut this off and I'm gonna do a little taste test. This braised cabbage dish goes well as a side to some salmon and rice, or to some braised or roasted chicken thigh with veggies. I personally love to eat it with refried beans in a tortilla as a little taco with some salsa and queso. It's really one of my favorite dishes. I hope y'all liked this recipe. If you have any questions, please comment and I'll definitely get back to you. Until next time. Mmm.